Okay, hello everybody. We have two things to chat about in this video. So the first is the outside reading assignment, and the second is the genre of flash nonfiction. So these are two separate things, but they're just in this one video for the sake of getting the information we need to convey across, like, all at the same time. So, first thing, this is something we have coming up due during finals week with your revised workshop essay and a revised writing exercise that we'll talk about a little bit later. But the assignment sheet for the outside reading assignment or the outside reading review is posted under content for this week. And basically what that looks like is this. So sometime between now and finals week, you are going to choose a literary magazine that publishes creative nonfiction and choose 3 essays from that magazine to write about. So they don't all have to be from the same issue. You can pick 2 from one and 1 from another. If they're online, you can pick any 3 you like. But what you're going to do is write a 4 to 5 page response to these. So you might be thinking about craft elements that you see at work, how they use scenes, how they use memories, how they connect ideas, things you can learn or borrow, similarities or differences between these essays, organizational strategies, second subjects, how they come across. It's very open-ended. It's anything you feel like you could learn or steal, borrow, observe from these. So you're focusing here on craft rather than on the themes, but since magazines have different aesthetics, you might observe what they seem to value in the essays that they choose. So this list here, the Clifford Garstang rankings, is this giant list of nonfiction literary magazines, or magazines that publish that. So that can help you find a magazine. If you're having any trouble picking one, you can absolutely let me know. So it doesn't have to be like a high-ranked literary magazine. It can be anyone you want. If there's one you've read and you liked, that's great. If it's just something that sounds interesting when you're clicking down the list, that's good too. So the University of Memphis Library has access to a lot of these magazines, but a lot of them are also online. So the essays we've read from The Pinch, that we're going to read from Brevity, that we're going to read from Passages North, all those are publishing work online. So do not spend money if you don't want to. That is not a requirement. If you see a magazine and you fall in love with it and you want to buy a print copy, that's totally cool. You don't have to. So find them with free online materials, get them through the library, and I can help you out if you're having any trouble at all. And again, you're mainly looking at craft, how the essay is put together. Okay, so the other thing we have to talk about is the genre of flash nonfiction. And for the next couple weeks, while we're doing workshop essays and you're writing critique letters, we are often going to be reading some nonfiction from Brevity magazine, which is a journal of short, flash nonfiction. So for week 10, for your cohort meeting on the 22nd or the 24th, you can pick any piece of your choice off of the website listed in content, except for Jewel and The Boy Who Drew Cats. And those are the exceptions because we're reading The Boy Who Drew Cats in week 11 and Jewel in week 13. So also up on the content for week 10, there's a short craft essay about flash nonfiction. And you're probably going to kind of see what that is. You might have heard of it with flash fiction, but just as a general kind of overview there, flash writing is generally less than 1,000 words. Some descriptions put it under 750 words, which is what Brevity magazine publishes. It is usually a very compressed moment or story, so it's a single event, a single moment, and it's jam-packed into this very small bit of language and time in a way that might even mimic poetry, with that compression of time and with the language. So there are a lot of different ways of doing this, a lot of different stuff you can do, and we're going to see some examples of that coming up with what we're reading along with the workshop essays. So that's just kind of an overview of a couple things we have coming up. I'm excited to see your workshop stuff, and I will see you at your cohort meeting.